let's talk about my September perfume tray. And when I think of September, of course, it's a little summer, a little fall in there, but as of right now, in this very moment, it is extremely hot here, and I cannot imagine wearing anything else than summer fragrances, but I do think that it's gonna be a little chill and more cold towards the end of September. So I prepared a lot of perfumes that are good for hot days, not so hot days, and everything in between. When I was deciding on which perfumes I want to wear in September, I really thought of, is this the perfect transitional perfume? Because that's what September is, right? For me, at least, where I live. And so I immediately thought of Passione Eclat by Giorgio Armani, which is so underrated. I know a lot of people love the C line in general, but this flanker in particular, I feel like is so underrated and nobody really talks about it. To me, it's one of the best in the lineup because a lot of them, I don't know if they have like a more prominent patchouli in them or whatever, but this one is just the most creamy and sweet blackcurrant scent that is so, as I said, creamy and just delightful. So this has main accords of fruity, rose, and musky, with top notes of blackcurrant and bergamot, middle notes of May rose and damask rose, and base notes are white musk and Madagascar vanilla. I feel like I read somewhere that there is patchouli in here, which I could see, but then again, I really like this one, and patchouli and blackcurrant together are my worst enemy basically, so I'm not too sure. If it's in there, it's like in the back, which is something I do like. But this one is a rose scent, but it's a very modern, creamy, luscious rose petals perfume with this burst of fruitiness in the top from the bergamot and from the blackcurrant, and then you have this fluffy, creamy vanilla and musk base, and it's just so perfect. And if you read the notes, it doesn't sound like something special, but I don't have anything like that in my collection, so I really crave this a lot of times, and I'm very sure that I'm going to reach for it in September. You can see I've used quite a bit of it already. The next one I just have this much in, so I could maybe use it up in September. This is one of my favorites. It's so funny because when I first got it, I was like, yeah, it's nice. And then quickly it became like my favorite scent ever. So this is Cheirosa 59 by Sol de Janeiro. This has main accords of sweet, powdery, and violet, with notes of, in the top, vanilla orchid, in the middle, sugar and violet, and in the base it has sandalwood. It's exactly that. It's a creamy, fresh perfume with a lot of sweetness. You have this sugar, but it's like a burnt sugar smell. You have a very creamy violet that gives you a little bit powderiness and some elegance to the perfume, making it not as sweet and young smelling as maybe other body mists from the brand. And then you get this vanilla orchid, which is so beautiful. It's just so cozy, so comforting. It's my ultimate bedtime scent, but I really want September to be the month where I use it during the daytime and not just at night. Then I want to wear Le Papier by Diptqyue, and this is a fragrance that is basically a signature scent because it's not really fruity or super ambery or whatever. It's just a very clean fragrance that you can wear whenever. But I feel like September is the perfect month because I feel like in October I will be in the fall headspace and I really want to wear all of my cozy gourmands. So I really want to wear it in September. So this has the main accords of musky, powdery, and yellow floral, with notes of musk, white musk, sesame, mimosa, and woody notes. If I like close my eyes, wasn't there like rice in there as well? I get this nutty milkiness, but it's not like, oh yeah, that smells of sesame or whatever. It's just slightly there to give it something special, because I have a lot of those musky or skin but better perfumes. It's very molecule-like, also like the Eccentric Molecules perfumes. But I also have one by Clive Christian. I just got one from Fugazi, and they all are in the same family. But this one has this special thing about it because of the sesame and ricey accords. So this one is not a beast, but it's quite strong. For a clean your skin but better scent, this lingers on my skin the whole day. The next one is usually one I wear on really hot summer days, but I don't know, I mean, it's September now and I feel like it's super hot and this is the perfect scent to wear today. So this is Izia by Sisley. And this one has the main accords of rose, floral, and citrus with a lot of notes. So this has on the top bergamot, aldehydes, pink pepper. So it's quite fizzy on the top. Then the middle is rose, angelica, floral notes, peony, lily of the valley, and jasmine. So all about florals. And the base is musk, cedar, and amber. To me, it's quite literally just a super fizzy Sprite or like something like that, like a lemonade, like a fizzy lemonade with a beautiful clean rose in there. I don't really smell any other florals, maybe a little bit of the white florals in there, but just slightly. It's all about the rose to me and the citrus. And this is such a beautiful take because rose a lot of times is very classic smelling, and this one is more of a modern, super summery, fun take on a rose. And I love my citrusy perfumes, and this twist of the beautiful luscious rose in there and all of the other florals apparently makes such a beautiful scent. And I thought this was going to be a lot more classic smelling than it actually does, because Sisley is such an elegant brand, you know. The next one I want to wear is Winter Palace by Memo. This one is one of my favorites from the brand. This has main accords of citrus, amber, and vanilla with notes of red tea, orange, tolu balsam, vanilla, lemon, bergamot, mate, amber, grapefruit, tonka bean, benzoin, labdanum, musk. This is one of the most special scents ever. I have never smelled anything like it, so it's quite difficult to describe it. I mean, the bottle itself and the picture it's just so intricate and beautiful. But when I heard red tea, I was like, I immediately have to get it. And you know what? I was just at a kindergarten and I had a sip of the kindergarten tea. I don't know how it is where you are from, but where I am from, they basically have red tea at the kindergarten and you drink it all day, every day, cold. And it smells like that. It really smells like that. And the funny thing is, if I do the same exact tea at home, it does not smell like it. So I don't know what magic potion is in those kindergarten teas, but this smells like red tea to me. It's so cozy and comforting and sentimental, but then you have those resiny notes and a lot of those citrusy aspects. So if you put some freshly squeezed oranges and citruses in there, and then you take those more resinous, creamy, deep notes in there, making it not as fresh and summery, but more so a perfect transitional perfume. I thought this was going to be like a winter scent. I mean, you see the name, you think of winter, right? But to me, it's more like the perfect transitional perfume. Next, we have Ishq by Anfas. This has the main accords of fruity, sweet, and powdery, with notes of saffron and jasmine in the top. Middle notes, raspberry and amber, and base notes are talc and oak moss. It's so funny because depending on where you look, on which website, they have different notes. But I mean, it's basically, oh my god, this is so nice. I have not been wearing this perfume in a long time because it is more, it's not heavy, but it's not a super light summery scent. But this is just, it's a wow. This is, I cannot even describe it. It's a saffron scent for sure. And because of that, it reminds me, also because of the oak moss and the amber together, of Baccarat Rouge for sure. But then you have those beautiful raspberry aspects to it, making it yummy and juicy and fruity, and this beautiful luscious jasmine that makes this perfume quite floral and elegant. It's so nice. It reminds me a little bit of the Burberry Her elixir that I have, but that one is a lot more thick when it comes to the consistency, and this one is a lot more elevated and light, and you know that it is a niche perfume, if you know what I mean. Sounds a little bit, but it is what it is. It's lovely, and it's not a beast mode, which I think is a good sign with those types of perfumes, but it's also not weak. It has a very good performance. The next one I want to wear is Commodities Gold, and this one is so interesting because I have phases where I love it, phases where I really cannot smell anything, and then I'm like, yeah, it's nice. But there are phases where I wear it every single day and I cannot imagine wearing anything else. And I've used quite a bit of this already, and I think this is it's a full bottle, 100 milliliter. So this has the main accords of vanilla, amber, and powdery. Where is all the powder coming from? None of those perfumes are very powdery to me. Top notes are musk and juniper. Middle notes, vanilla and amber, and base notes, sandalwood and benzoin. As I said, sometimes I cannot smell it. I don't know what it is, but it's so like light and airy and molecule-like. It's hard to smell it sometimes for me, and I get nose blind to it. But let's see if I can smell it today. I can. And because I have had this perfume for a long time, the performance, in my opinion, got a little better. Because 10 seconds in, and it's quite strong on my hand. And actually, it's a lot more sweet than it was in the beginning. So this gets compared to Gypsy Water by Byredo, Gentle Fluidity Gold by MFK, and Eau d'Huile by Diptqyue. I agree with all of it, but to me, it's like a 70% Gypsy Water or G Water. I don't even want to say this word. And I don't know why it is still produced with this name, but anyway. And then 30% Eau d'Huile, the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum version is a little bit too deep. But yeah, that's basically it. So to me, this is one of those green vanillas that are quite aromatic and that have this creamy, woody base to them. And it's not very complex, but because of these notes that are very contrasting, it seems like a very complex scent. I love it. I love my vanilla scents, and I love it when my vanillas are not just straight up vanilla extract. And in this one you get the vanilla, but you do get a lot of the juniper as well. So to me, it's all about the musk, the juniper, and the vanilla, and the other notes are more in the background. I think I haven't even talked about this perfume on my channel, but I have to show it to you because I for sure will be wearing it. So this is by Gritti and it's called Tutu Extrait de Parfum. This is from the Venezia collection. This has the main accords of fruity, vanilla, and sweet. And this has notes of, in the top, coconut, apple, grapefruit, and cassis. Middle notes, heliotrope, jasmine, and rose. And base notes, raspberry, musk, vanilla, and amber. This one is... it's so beautiful. It does smell like a tutu. It smells like a ballerina. It smells so girly and pink and light and sweet, but not too much, very demure. And so I am actually in love with it. I tested it in stores and I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it. And now that I have it and I have been wearing it for a couple of days, I'm just in awe. This is so beautiful. The only thing is that because it is so light and airy, it's not the best performer. I don't know what's going to happen if this is going to sit in my collection for a long time. Maybe it's going to be a lot more strong and better performing the longer I have it. But for now, it's more like a eau de toilette when it comes to the performance, which is crazy because this is an extrait de parfum. So I don't know if it's my skin chemistry, but on me, even when I spray it, it's not like, oh my god, this is so strong. It's quite light, but I do like those types of scents. I just would wish that the sillage doesn't have to be like a lot, but the performance, if it would last for maybe like 2 to 3 hours more, it would be perfect for me. Some people say it smells like erba pura, which I really would not say at all, and Yara. And I do get what people say, because to me, if you look at the notes, to me it is quite creamy and fruity. So Yara, they said, smells like a strawberry milkshake, and to me it does go into that direction, but it's not very creamy and milky. And so this one, because of the coconut, is a lot more creamy actually. But because you have the rose and the jasmine and the heliotrope, it's not a typical gourmand scent. You have the base of the gourmand, but then you have those beautiful, more elegant florals in there, mixed in with some fruitiness. So it's beautiful. It's so beautiful, and I could not see anybody disliking it, because it's just a beautiful, maybe even like a clean gourmand scent, if you will. Then we have, I don't know why, but this to me is my perfect transitional perfume. Every time we go from spring to summer or from summer to fall, I gravitate towards this perfume. I hope you can still get it, because people say that it is being discontinued. I have no idea if that is true, but if it is, I have to get it back up, even though I have this very big bottle and I don't think I will ever get through it because it is quite strong. But anyway, this is still by Jennifer Lopez. To me, I love a lot of her perfumes. Actually, I wore the J.Lo Glow when I was a little girl, and the Glow Miami as well. But this one is just, I mean, the other ones I still like when I smell them, but I don't know if I would wear them now. This one is like a niche perfume to me. It's so good. It's so well made. This has the main accords of white floral, green, and fresh, with notes of Earl Grey tea, white pepper, mandarin orange, apple, and rice in the top. Middle notes, jasmine, lily of the valley, freesia, honeysuckle, orange blossom, and rose in the middle. And the base notes are pepper, musk, sandalwood, iris, and amber. As you can imagine, it is quite complex. And it's just, I've never smelled anything like it. It's so niche. It's so crazy to me. This is beautiful. To me, it goes in the same direction as like a clean floral, like CK Eternity, if you know that one. So you take those beautiful, elegant florals from that. You have the freesia and other notes, the jasmine, lily of the valley, everything very clean and elegant florals. And then you put in this creamy base, the musk, the sandalwood, the iris, everything very creamy, quite powdery. And then you put in this Earl Grey tea. And I love my tea perfumes, as you know. It's so good together with the rice, making it maybe a little bit nutty and creamy as well. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. It's a no-brainer. I think I've maybe bought this for 20 euros, and this is a 50 milliliter bottle, and I've seen it for cheaper. Or you get the 100 milliliters and it was basically the same price or something like that. So it's extremely inexpensive, and even if it was an expensive perfume, I would still suggest you to buy it, because it's just such a beautiful, well-made perfume, and it is strong. I don't have to spray a lot, and this will be on my skin for the whole day. And the last one is the perfect transitional perfume. This is also very underrated. This is Chloé Lumineuse. This has the main accords of vanilla, white floral, and amber, with notes of, in the top, jasmine, in the middle, rose, and in the base, balsamic notes, vanilla, and amber. I smell so much more. I smell something fruity in there. I don't know what it is, but to me, it's a super creamy floral perfume with an ambery base. As I said, I love when amber is mixed into other perfumes, but just playing on the side, if you know what I mean. But this is like nothing I have in my collection. I do get that this is a flanker of Chloé, the original, which is a perfume I also really love. But this one is just a little bit more special because I smell Chloé a lot. A lot of people have it as their signature scent for a good reason. But this one, it's just so good, so creamy, so ambery, and then you have this fruity aspect from whatever. And the rose is not really there for me. I get more of the jasmine actually. So these were all of the perfumes I really want to wear in September. Let me know what you have on your tray, physical tray, or in your mind at least, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!